What up, my fellow humans of the internet? It's me, Nessa, and once again, this is Squared Circle Addicts. Alright, guys, so it's a Friday night, and honestly, for this week's video, I didn't necessarily know what to talk about, so I took it to my personal Facebook and asked a few of you, or I put up a poll that said, what should I talk about? And overwhelmingly, you guys wanted me to talk about Nia Jax and her recklessness in WWE. Now hear me out. I know what you're thinking. You're probably watching this video and you're probably like, oh, but Nia Jax and her recklessness is old news. What about the new stuff? You know what? You're right. It is old news. We have been knowing that Nia Jax has been reckless for a long time. I think it got more notice when she injured Becky Lynch and took Becky Lynch out of Survivor Series. I think that was the more notable one. But if we're being honest, before that, she injured Bayley 2 times. Once in her shoulder and once in her hand. She's injured Sasha Banks. She's injured Alexa Bliss. She's injured Zelina Vega. And most recently added to that list, which is why we're talking about this today, is R-Truth. Because apparently Nia Jax injured R-Truth in the spot where she took his place in the Royal Rumble. I don't necessarily know how it happened. I don't know if it was of the way that she threw him or if she actually hit him or something. But I just think this needs to stop. I think that this woman seriously needs to be sent back to developmental or NXT, if you will. I don't necessarily know, because I think that putting her in NXT doesn't do her any good either, because she's just going to be a liability to that roster. So I don't know if there's a way to take her off TV and have her train and to properly learn how to bump people and, perform these moves, because honestly, this is ridiculous. It's getting to the point where it's how many more people does she have to injure before something happens? Or, God forbid, what if something worse happens and it's on her watch? If you go back to, what was it, the week or the Monday before the Royal Rumble, 2 weeks or so before the Royal Rumble, when her and Sasha Banks squared off for the #1 contender spot against Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. But when that match happened, if you watch it back, Nia Jax dropped Sasha on her head multiple times. And then there was that spot on the apron where it looked like Sasha was supposed to, do some type of Hurricane Rana off the apron. But clearly that was missed. Again, I don't know, guys. I don't want people to watch this video and think that I am hating on Nia Jax or I'm just saying these things because I'm not a fan. I don't want it to be perceived that way. I wanted to give Nia Jax a shot. Trust me, believe me. I was like, hey, maybe she's not all that bad. Even for a split second when she was feuding with Bliss, I was like, maybe Nia should win. And then when she did, I was okay with it. And then when she won the Battle Royal, I was okay with it. At Evolution, I was fine. But it's just, you hear these reports of her continuing to injure wrestlers, and then nothing happens. And I hate to say this, but it makes me mad, because part of me believes the only reason why nothing has happened is because of who her cousin is, who she's related to. She's related to The Rock. Obviously, we know that, the Rock family, it has a lineage in WWE, and it goes, from the Wild Samoans to, the Usos and Tamina and, Roman Reigns, and, it's just, of course, Peter Maravilla, of course, The Rock. You get my whole point. That family is thick within WWE, and I think that's part of the reason why she hasn't faced those repercussions. And it's just annoying to me. It's very, very annoying. And the fact that they're doing this whole intergender thing. If you watched my last video, you know that I'm totally on board with the intergender thing. I think It's something that has been missing in the WWE for a long time, and it's something that other promotions have implemented, so why not the WWE implement it? My problem is, why does Nia Jax have to be in the forefront of that? Why does she have to be the example? Why can't it be someone like Rhea Ripley or Jazzy Gibbert, or why not Shayna Baszler, or why not even Ronda Rousey? Like, we all know that Ronda Rousey can throw around some grown men, because if you watch her stuff in judo, you would know that. My whole point is, by giving Nia Jax this angle, by giving her this thing of, oh, she's an irresistible force and blah, 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 she can beat up men, that's cool, it's fine. Like, I love that female empowerment. I'm okay with that. That's not my issue. My issue is that they're giving it to a wrestler who clearly does not care about other people's well-beings. At least it seems that way. And then when she injures people, she acts like it's part of her character, and oh, that's what heel people do. And then she goes on Twitter and she talks about, you know, people are booing me because I'm a heel and because I make them mad. And it's like, no, dude, people are booing you because you are injuring their favorite wrestlers. You are injuring people and nothing's happening. When other people do that, they get like taken off TV, or they get their pushed, demoted, or whatever. But oh, it's Nia Jax, so you know, let's just bat an eye and not say anything. And it's just frustrating, and I just don't want anything to happen to people. You know, like, I get it, accidents happen, it's the WWE, it's professional wrestling, you're going in there, you're in the ring, and at any given moment, something can just, you know, change. And I'm not saying that, you know, injuries don't happen, but the thing is, when you are in a squared circle, when you are in the ring, you trust your partner, your dance partner, if you will, to take care of you, but only when it doesn't work, when only one of them is doing it. You know what I mean? And it's just not okay. And aside from her being reckless, she's very almost entitled. And for example, when the Raw Tag Team titles were a thing, you know, they were like, oh, she said that she didn't see the point of Raw Tag Team titles. She said that it wasn't something that she didn't think was necessary. And it's like, of course you would say that, because at the time, she was the one getting pushed. She was the one getting those opportunities. So of course she would be like, oh, tag team titles aren't needed. But guess what? Now that women tag team titles exist, who's in the Elimination Chamber? Tamina Snuka and Nia Jax. And you know what? It sucks, because guilt by association, I don't even want to root for Tamina. Your partner is Nia Jax. Like, again, I don't want this to come across as a hate video or me just being a hater. And I understand that that's how it might come across. But really, at the end of the day, if you're not going to protect other wrestlers, then you don't deserve to be a professional wrestler. If you're going to sit there and not learn how to properly bump or properly perform moves on your opponent, then why the hell are you there? Literally, it just doesn't make any sense to me, and it's frustrating because everybody wants us to take Nia Jax seriously. She wants us to take her seriously, and it's like, girl, if you want us to take you seriously, why don't you go back and get some training and show that you actually care about this damn business, instead of just sitting there on Twitter and making it come off as a heel move. Oh, I did it because I'm a heel. It's like, no. People are not booing you because you are a heel. People are booing you because of your attitude. And it's just so frustrating. Perfect example. And I know that some people that might be watching this, of course you would say that because you love Becky Lynch right now. You know what? Hell, yes I do. But that doesn't change the fact that when she broke Becky's face, and when I say she, I mean Nia, obviously. When she broke Becky's face, what did she do on Twitter? What did she do? She said, oh, is anybody going to ask me how my hand is? And what was it? It was a bruised freaking hand. And then she tried to say that she didn't mean it. It's like, dude, when you hit someone with that much force, really? You mean to tell me you didn't mean it? And your hand is all bruised and someone's face is broken? Really? Really, dude? Like, who's buying that? Seriously. Like, it's just, oh my goodness, it's just so frustrating. And you know what? Maybe I am salty because she's injured Becky and she's injured, Bayley, and she's injured Shasta, and she's injured Alexa. Those are like all of my favorites. So yeah, maybe I am biased, but at the end of the day, she shouldn't be injuring anybody. And if people can't see that, if people can't see that she's a danger, and they just want to, push it aside and be like, oh my god, that moment that she had at the Royal Rumble was so badass. Maybe it was, but again, why does it have to be her? There are plenty of girls on the roster that can probably kick half of the men's roster's ass. Or maybe not half, but at least some. Again, like I said, it could be Jazzy Gabert. It could be Rhea Ripley. It could be Shayna Baszler. Again, Ronda Rousey. Hell, even Becky Lynch. Like, why does it have to be someone who is reckless? It's almost like WWE is like, hey, go injure more people. Like, seriously, how many more people does it have to be? Again, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Zelina Vega, Bayley 2 times, so that's 5 injuries, and then Becky, and now R-Truth, that is 7 since she's been with the WWE, and she hasn't even been with them that long. And again, I get it, accidents happen, but when you seem to be doing them purposely, and then bragging on Twitter about it to get heat, and saying things like, keep talking about me, say whatever you want, I'm still going to be in the same position. It's pretty much like saying, oh, I don't give a shit that I injured people because I'm still making money. And that's the problem. And I think WWE really, really does need to buckle down and do something about the probability that is Nia Jax. Or like someone coined her on Twitter, Nia-ability. Like, and it sucks that I have to even make this video to talk about how much I dislike her, because technically I don't even like making negative videos, but this is what you guys voted on, and I know a lot of this might be rambling, but it's just, a lot of it is just frustration, and I just wish that she wasn't being put in the spotlight of this badass who can do anything, because truthfully, and I don't mean this in a negative way, because everyone knows that I love Bayley, but I have never ever been able to, by Nia Jax as this irresistible force, and how she's supposedly like unbeatable. Not necessarily unbeatable, but they want to push her as that, they want to perceive her as that. But all of that mystique was gone when she first lost in NXT. And guess who the person was to beat her in NXT? That's right, my girl Bayley. And it's like, for whatever reason, the WWE likes to push away everything that happened in NXT and completely ignore it. But it's like, Nia Jax isn't this unstoppable force. She's beatable, and I hate that they make it seem like, oh, it has to be hard, and like multiple people have to eliminate her. And I mean, even in the Royal Rumble, she took an RKO, a super kick, and a 619, and she still didn't even get eliminated right away. Again, please stop making Nia Jax this badass. It's not believable. And furthermore, she does not deserve this spot because she is injuring people and not caring about it. If this was MMA, then fine. Go ahead, injure people. That's a real sport. I know I used that word. Okay, I'm going to retract that. It's a sport that is not predetermined. It's a sport that is not choreographed. If you want to fight for real, I'm going to use it again. If you want to fight for real, Nia Jax, go in there and do it then. But I guarantee you that if you did, you probably would lose. And again, if this comes off as a hate video, I'm sorry, not sorry, because again, at the end of the day, I think something has to be done about Nia Jax. Otherwise, she's going to end up killing someone. Like, I don't care who you're related to. If you're a danger to whoever you're in the ring with, you should not be working in the ring. I'm not saying fire Nia Jax right away. I'm saying that she needs to go back and get proper training, because to me, the thing that she is messing up on is like wrestling 101. You shouldn't be messing up on that still 3-4 years into the company. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think I'm just a Nia Jax hater? Do you love Nia Jax? Do you feel the same way? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. And if you like what you saw today, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way every time I post, you get notified. I post 2 times a week, Monday and Friday. I typically like to post after school, but sometimes on days like this, I post a little bit later. But I try my hardest again to do Mondays and Fridays. So with that being said, I will see you guys again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, but most importantly, stay addicted to the squared circle. Later, guys.